How to order a beer. Tell the bartender what you told us and they will probably be able to suggest what beer you should start with. I'd recommend finding a trustworthy drinking partner as you won't know your tolerance to alcohol. And getting too drunk is a possibility. Is it as simple as just sitting on the bar and asking the bartender for a beer? Or should I specify the type and brand? If I were you, I'd just be honest and say you've never had beer and want to try it. If you have a type you are already interested in, e.g. IPA, porter, stout, etc., you could start there. A good bartender will offer suggestions or ask you what flavors, tastes you like. Sweet, dry, sour, fruity, chocolatey, etc., and then offer suggestions based on that. Beer is an acquired taste, so just be ready for it. It's gonna taste like rotting plant water because it is. This is coming from someone who likes the taste. Start with an ale or lager. You won't want to start with something like an IPA. Tell the barkeep what you told us. It'll make for an interesting conversation. And he'll probably let you sample a few brews to decide what to order. Bonding with people over the craft of alcohol is neat and you can learn a lot. In a restaurant you'll either have a menu listing the available beers, or just need to ask the server what's available. Beer is generally separated into draft, on tap, or canned, bottled. Draft beer is served fresh from a keg, and bottled canned is served in single-serving cans or bottles. In a bar you can usually see what they have on tap by looking at the beer taps. Taps usually come with a handle featuring the name and/or logo of the brewery that makes the beer. In most bars you can also ask for a beer list to look over. And unless the place is very busy, most bartenders will be happy to recommend a beer, or let you sample different beers to find one you like. If you're looking specifically to find a beer you like, I'd recommend you try a local microbrewery or bar focusing on microbrewed beers and go at a relatively quiet time. On a Wednesday afternoon, the bartender is going to have plenty of time to chat with you. But a Friday night is likely to be busy. Also, ask your friends. People love to share their beer opinions. Why don't you go to an off-license liquor store and buy one can or bottle of a few different beers? Then take them home and chill them and test them. At least then when you go to the bar you will have some idea of what type of beer you might like. Go to a brewery. This is an establishment that sells their own beers, rather than one that just sells commercial brands. They will likely let you taste several beers. And many also let you order flights, i.e., you pay a fixed price and they bring you a tray of different beers in small glasses and tell you what each one is before you try it. You might want to go to a brewery. Go on a quiet time, when it's not so busy. Sit at the bar and strike up a conversation. If you talk to a bartender and say your story, "Look, I don't know how to order a beer, but I want to learn about beer. Can I get a flight and learn?" Explore what you have. That bartender will love you. Bartenders love beer. They would love the chance to embrace you to many things. A flight would be 4 or so small pours of beer. Each different, you can sample each one back to back and compare them. If you aren't used to booze, I'd suggest starting with a lighter range of low ABV beers. If you start with some double dry hop IPA at 9%, it might not be what you're after. Also, beer and booze is acquired, so just because you don't like something at first doesn't mean you won't like it later. Good luck, my friend. Sit down at the bar and talk to the bartender. They should be able to let you sample a few different varieties and then pick your favorite. Whenever I don't know how to do something, I'll just admit it and the person who has to deal with me will help me through the process. Once I had to explain that I've never eaten a proper steak. The waiter was excited to tell me all about the different cuts they offer and how they're cooked. I learned about aged steak that day and am so glad for the lesson. I used to go to people's houses to give them quotes on a service, and oftentimes the customer was inexperienced and didn't know what questions to ask. First thing I always asked was, "Have you ever had this service before?" And then I'd know what I need to mention and what is obvious and can be assumed. You say the brand name you want. In my experience, if you just sit down and say, "Beer," the bartender will realize you're obviously underage and manage to sneak in while the doorman was dealing with some drunk clown. Start with a lager. It's the most common type of beer and has the most approachable flavor and alcohol content. Drink it slowly. And if you've never had alcohol before, just have the one. Then go for a walk. If you're a female, be extra cautious about introducing yourself to alcohol for reasons that should be pretty obvious. I'm excited for you. 1 human alcoholic beer, please. Quote. It's a reference from a show. Some good responses here already. Definitely find a bar you feel comfortable at and confide in your bartender. They'll help you out. Careful to take it sparingly at first. Definitely echo the advice to bring a good friend with you as well. Welcome to Canada also. And I hope you enjoy your journey of discovery with beer. Go to a neighborhood bar on a slow day. Or during a slow time. If you haven't drank before, you'll probably want to discover how the different types of alcohol taste. And also what effect they have on you. Tell the bartender what's up. And be cool. Usually, a good bartender will love to help you discover what you like. Beer can be an acquired taste. Wine can be similar, but also can taste juicy or sugary. Mixed drinks are sort of a next level thing. Which is my preference. It's usually 2 ingredients, plus ice. So, whatever liquor you like plus whatever mixer you like. For example, when I drink, I like whiskey and also dark cola. Therefore, I order a Jack and Coke. You can mix vodka and cranberry juice, tequila and orange juice, rum and fruit juice, etc. Then, you can get into fancier mixed drinks. A margarita is gonna be tequila, orange liquor and lime juice, served over ice. This one is tasty, and therefore will get you drunk very fast. Even scarier is the Long Island, which has 4 liquors, juice and cola, and will get you hammered. Bar etiquette. Whenever you are in a bar, be nice to the bartender. No matter what. In the US we tip $1 for every drink. Be nice to the other patrons. But read the room. Don't be a nuisance if they just want to be left alone. Especially if they are women. If you aren't sure how you are gonna act when drunk, maybe practice that part by drinking at home with some friends first. Too often does the first time bar drinker end up in some trouble. Either getting into a fight or puking all over. Be prepared to call a cab or friend for a ride home if you get too hammered. If you kill somebody while drunk driving, your fun is over. Also, aside from the bartender, don't tell anyone it's your first time. Bars are great places for predators to take advantage of folks. So don't take your eyes off of your drink either. Most importantly, have lots of fun. And don't forget to rock and roll. Ask what ails do you have. If he says, depends on what ails you, then you've made a new friend. I'd definitely mention you've never had a beer before. And probably ask someone to film the experience. 1. You'll probably get the beer free too. It would be really interesting to see an adult taste beer for the first time. Most people I know were underage when their dad first gave them a swig from a can. And hated it, me included. Obviously your palate will be adult. Consider also that just because you might not like beer, doesn't mean you don't like alcohol. I famously won't drink beer. I'll throw up after 3, but I can drink almost anything else and have a normal response. Try cider, spirits, mixed or straight, or even those fruity drinks. I'd bet you'd enjoy Blue Hawaiians. Don't be like them, bro.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.